Your devices are like giant vaults, storing all your personal information. So all the more reason to protect them from malware, right? Okay, well, what are the best antivirus options that are actually worth considering for 2022 then? Huh? Well, Look, when it comes to the best antivirus options, I'm going to need to quickly walk you through why these providers are on the list. I'll do some of my own malware testing and then take into consideration all of their value-added capabilities. Oh, and by the way, if by the end of this video you're liking one of these options, well, I've put together a bunch of exclusive discounts for all the best antivirus options for PC and Mac right down in the description below. So check those out. Okay, jumping right in, we've got Bitdefender. Look, I've done a whole Bitdefender review or two in the past, but I wanted to see if it still holds up this year. Using advanced threat defense, it protects your device from any potential threats and ransomware. Perfect. Nice. But what's important is that it gives you complete real-time data protection, something you won't find with lower-level antivirus providers. Its web attack prevention makes it so you can't even interact with harmful websites. And my favorite feature is the file shredder, which obliterates files when you delete them off your device, so they cannot be retrieved, even if someone tries really hard to gain access to them. Now, depending on the plan you choose, there's anti-webcam hijacking, parental controls, and keylogging protection, so no one can make it onto your device without your knowledge. One of the more notable things on Bitdefender is Photon, a more modern scan technology that supposedly adapts to your device while trying not to hog up the CPU. Now, your experience could vary if you're using an older device, but in my own testing, I would say Bitdefender could use fewer resources while running in the background, but its performance is pretty good. Quick note, a full scan did take a while, around 45 minutes, but I really like Bitdefender because out of the 10 malicious files that I uploaded to my PC, well, all 10 were detected. Nice going, guys. Furthermore, Bitdefender has a pretty stellar reputation when it comes to malware protection, which isn't shocking, seeing as they have over 500 million users who trust them. In AV Test comparative reports, their protection is solid, having scored mostly full marks over the years. Now, one little issue is the absence of a free version. Huge bummer, right? So, what can premium users expect then? Well, there's 3 main plans to choose from. The most complete is the Bitdefender Total Security plan, and surprisingly, Bitdefender packed a lot of features into their cheapest version as well. With this plan, Windows users can have 3 devices and get basic protection for around $19 currently. Super accessible. Okay, so should you consider this provider? Well, it is feature-rich, it has an excellent core, and it's a great value for the money. And it's cool that more casual users don't seem like an afterthought with their plans, making it a good all-arounder option, regardless of your internet habits. Okay, now, Norton Antivirus. They've been in the game for 3 decades? Well, during all that time, they've taken their job seriously, and it's reflected in their plethora of security features. In fact, I'd say it's a great match for those of you that put security above all else. Because with it, you get real-time protection, Norton VPN, a silent firewall that keeps an eye on the data that goes in and out of your device, super important. Then there's a password manager, which is nice for new users, but more advanced users might actually want to think about a separate third party for a more tailored option. Now, it's cool that there's a different amount of cloud backup depending on the plan you choose. Here, you can easily manage and store all of your super important documents. And furthermore, there's SafeCam, which keeps your webcam secure and protects you against identity theft too. Dark web monitoring will scan the entire internet to make sure your passwords haven't been leaked. You also get parental controls to keep your family safe on the internet, which only a handful of other AV providers offer. Now, there is a new PC feature that's causing a little bit of controversy online, Norton Crypto. This comes with the Norton 360 package, and essentially, it allows you to safely mine cryptocurrencies by adding your device to a crypto mining pool. One little caveat though, it's said that your device will end up using more electricity with this feature enabled, and it could potentially affect your computer or your device's performance. Now, it's only available in the US, and your PC does have to meet certain requirements to even access this feature. And good thing, it's just an opt-in feature at this point, so most of you won't even have to worry about this new addition. Security features aside, how is its malware protection rate and resource usage? Well, after a vigorous round of testing, Norton was able to detect and remove 9 out of 10 malicious files present in my device. That's just below Bitdefender, but it's still a pretty great score. In terms of system resources, well, it took a similar time to Bitdefender, around 50 minutes. But I was quite impressed with how low the resource usage was when the program was running in the background. Now, a big downside is that Norton 360 doesn't have a free version, and the paid version is fairly pricey, with the cheapest plan starting at around $20. I'd say the 360 Deluxe plan is a better value because it's got the dark web monitoring and 5 devices. It comes in around $40 to $50. So you do get a bigger bang for your buck when you invest in that one. Alright, now on to the TotalAV review. If you've ever tried to find one of the best antiviruses for Windows 10 that's easy on the wallet, well, then you've probably already heard of TotalAV. TotalAV is one of the best free AVs for Windows 10. With the free version, you get a malware scanner that makes sure that your device is rid of any hidden malware, and it has anti-phishing protection to keep fake websites and links at bay. But you don't get real-time protection until you subscribe. So the free version is more on the basic side. Premium users will find the helpful Cloud Scanner, always scanning for potential threats, and a disk optimizer to remove anything that might be slowing down your device. Now, I couldn't get the safe search to always work as I intended it to, so I do hope that that feature improves in the future, and well, I'll update you when it does. But what about its protection? TotalAV has consistently scored around 97 to 99% on the AV test reports. Not the best score on my list, so I thought I'd put it to the test in my own malware scans. So I uploaded 10 malicious files, ran a full scan using TotalAV, and the results? 7 out of 10 samples were detected on my device. Not the best score, but I can say TotalAV is a good option for those of you that just need an essential AV provider quickly. Their full system scan took only about 25 minutes. It's one of the quickest on our list today. Also, the CPU usage seemed to stay pretty low. Kind of what I expected. Now, even though the free version is probably one of the best free antivirus plans you can get your hands on right now, if you decide to go premium, well, you can protect 3 devices for around $30 a year or so. That includes 0-day cloud scanning and protection against a lot of online threats. Though their most expensive plan has 100% online protection, there is a cap of 6 devices, which some of you might find limiting. In short, TotalAV is a simple yet powerful addition in the antivirus market. Quick little fact for you guys here. According to Norton, it's predicted that more than 800,000 people get hacked every year. Okay, with that in mind, what's the best antivirus for multiple devices so you can cover all your fronts? Well, considering that most antiviruses don't really cover more than 2 or 3, McAfee Antivirus makes this list with its generous offering of 1 to unlimited devices, depending on the plan, of course. Yes, McAfee has had its fair share of controversy, but it seems like they've really moved on from all of that now, and they're focusing on making sure their antivirus does what it needs to do, and do it flawlessly. Come on, just look at their AV test reports, nearing perfect scores in all categories, year after year. But I should mention I did see a few below average results from malware research groups, so results may be a little mixed here. Now this led me down to my own testing, and while only 5 out of 10 malicious files have been captured, McAfee does have some room to grow. But what I really like is how quickly a full scan can be performed, in around 12 to 15 minutes. Furthermore, the CPU usage didn't seem to be too crazy, sitting at around 70% usage. Speaking of security features, with McAfee's core package, you get an antivirus, a VPN, a file encryptor that makes all of your data unreadable to outsiders, and a file shredder. Pretty feature-rich if you ask me. There's also a really solid firewall, something I deem invaluable from an AV provider. Although McAfee used to have a free version in the past, now they have a free trial instead. And once the trial is up, well, you gotta subscribe to the premium $35 or $70 or so packages to continue using their service. So, as you can see, they certainly aren't at the top of the list, though their device limit and feature pack basic plan give them a rightful place in the ranks. Now, we can't have a video about the best antivirus options for 2022 without giving a shout out to a classic, Kaspersky. This provider is loved by many, but it isn't just peer pressure that made us add it to our list. Kaspersky is an antivirus that has always been reliable. It scored nearly 100% in AV test reports, and did that pretty much every time it was tested. Now, in my own test, they didn't disappoint either, detecting 10 out of 10 of the malicious files that I planted. Though the system scan was quite lengthy, took over an hour. Now, I should mention, though they have great protection, that some of you may find the Russian jurisdiction to be an issue. That aside, what are the features you can expect? Well, the features all vary depending on which plan you choose. This isn't the most streamlined approach, but let me break it down a little. Focusing on the three main options, the cheapest is for Windows users, around $30-ish a year. It's basic, but it still packs a punch for the average user, offering a malware scanner, a phishing filter, anti-ransomware, and even a network defender. One tier up, you get all of that along with a two-way firewall, webcam security, and safe money, which keeps your payments super secure. Another level up from there, and you get to add the password manager, file encryption, and parental controls. So look, you now have the option of choosing the type of plan that suits your needs the most. I'd argue it's one of the best antiviruses for Windows 11 and PC in general. Though Kaspersky can't really compete with the price and number of features that Bitdefender provides, it's still a very well-performing provider with great protection. Oh, and by the way, while I was running through our channel, I noticed that a lot of you are watching our videos aren't actually subscribed. What gives? So for more in-depth malware testing and insights, I think it's time you subscribe so you can get your weekly updates. Okay, of all the antiviruses I talked about today, they're great. You could go with any one of them and be super safe on the internet. But we're being super specific here. So if you're looking for a great value for the money provider, Bitdefender is highly recommended. If budget isn't an issue, Norton 360 might be worth the investment. And for those that are looking for simple protection, TotalAV is a great one. Too many devices to protect? Aha, then go with McAfee. And finally, if you want a great balance between performance and protection with customizable plans, well then Kaspersky might be the one for you. So whichever one you choose, just consider your online habits and what features you really want and need. Okay, that's a wrap on my picks for the best antiviruses for 2022. This has been Mike from Cybernews. I'll catch you in the next one.